Having autonomy is the key to work satisfaction. I definitely agree with this because I find it even applies to volunteer work I do where there is no pay. If the many studies on this topic are correct, I expect the same applies to you. One article I read is titled, "Freedom's Just Another Word for Employee Satisfaction." In addition to paid and volunteer work, does this principle apply to other roles where people have responsibilities? How about families? I think so, but there's an absurd side of this. What if I said your children will be satisfied if you give them autonomy? Your mind will instantly consider all of the disasters that autonomous children will create. The people who hire us must be very unsure of this concept also. Consider it from this angle. What if you hired a painter and gave them complete autonomy? It would certainly be interesting to arrive home to find out what they decided to paint and what colors they used. I personally place a huge value on freedom, or perhaps better said, autonomy. In anything I am involved with, I don't want to just be left alone. I want to be allowed to create, build, fix, and organize things the way I think they should be. Here is how to handle this problem. There obviously needs to be expectations of those who receive this wonderful thing of autonomy. It also makes sense that autonomy is not given before it is earned. The process is set expectations, train the person to be competent, and then give increased autonomy as it is earned. This brings up a very good question. Since I want autonomy, how do I earn it? Here is my principle. When you discipline yourself, you receive rewards. When you don't discipline yourself, someone or something else will discipline you. Now, what does discipline have to do with autonomy? The answer will soon become clear. This principle is such a simple statement, but it is truly powerful. What does it mean to discipline yourself? Now, it applies to every area of life. Consider your health. If you discipline yourself in taking care of and conditioning your body, you can hope to not be limited in the activities you would like to do. Not taking care of your health results in someone else making decisions for you, or just the natural consequences of not being able to do all of the enjoyable things you would like to do. Finances are another easy to understand application. If you limit your spending and do what you can to increase income while you are young, you can expect to be able to do later what would otherwise not be possible. Spend more than you earn and it's not good. Please consider how this applies to marriages, families, friends, your intellect, career, and your relationship with God. If you discipline yourself, you receive rewards. And at work and in many other circumstances, that reward is autonomy. Do you want to be left alone? Do you want to be trusted? Do you want to be empowered? Do you want affirmation? Now, I really can't promise anything because we all know that there is no such thing as fair. Bad things happen indiscriminately, but your chances of life tilting much more in the direction of your favor will occur if you don't force natures or others to impose discipline upon you. Your first step of autonomy is to decide how you will decide to discipline yourself. Imagine how much better your life can be when you reap the rewards of doing the right things instead of reaping consequences, which leads to regret. Imagine a more peaceful, productive, and satisfied world. Changing the world starts with changing ourselves. Others will learn and be inspired, and the change spreads. Now, what is the one thing to remember from this video? When you discipline yourself, you receive rewards. When you don't discipline yourself, someone or something else will discipline you. Now, what do you do with this information? Apply it to yourself before attempting to teach it to others, such as your children or employees. Now, that's all for now. Peace and love, fellow travelers, and remember, truth to be understood must be lived.